Hey there everybody. Figured it was about time to make another one of these videos. It's been pretty busy and hectic around here, a lot of noise, but I finally got some peace and quiet, so I figured I could film a little bit of this setup that I completed. Every now and then I'll throw these temporary deals together for taking pictures of new models. Yeah, I still don't really know what to talk about with a lot of these. But, I see people commenting on these on different websites, and they show a lot of interest, and they keep asking me, I should really get around to making some of these videos. They'd really like me to explain more about them. Probably don't have the time today. The furnace will probably turn on before that happens. But I figured I could just, glance over them. This is one I just completed a few weeks ago, I think. Dodge Dart from Revell. This is actually a pretty nice kit to do. I got the stock bumper, bit of diamond plate. Got a huge Hemi in there. Not much customizing with the engine. I tried to keep the armor pretty simple because I like the shape of the car. Front wheels are from the kit, but the back wheels I went for dualies. Those are from an old die-cast taxi. The interior, tried to be a lot more detailed because I wanted to show this gun that I had for a long time. Actually, even made it removable. And this roof actually closes. And I keep thinking about different things that I could do for these models. Try to keep them different. How you do things in the apocalypse, in case you ever rolled your car over. Kind of like that. You could always get out. Yeah, pretty basic. Just jacked up the suspension using a over-under style modification. That's the axle that did come with it. I just cut it off of the leaf springs and put it on the bottom side of the spring instead of on the top. The front suspension, pretty much just left that exactly stock. Simple weathering, just rust. 2 shades of Tester's brown paint. A little bit of black, dry brushing. I really ought to do a tutorial on how I do some of these little how-to videos. I'm probably not the best model maker to give advice. There's a lot better model makers than me, but the way I do things is pretty simple and quick, and it doesn't take as much skill as you'd think, so I'd probably be relatively good at it once I got more comfortable holding the camera. And on this one here is actually a die cast, and didn't really do anything with the bottom. A lot of these models used to sit outside. I had one of those model train gardens. And, I quickly realized I didn't really care much about trains anymore like I did when I was a kid. It was more about the cars. And then once I figured out, post-apocalyptic cars, then it was... that was just so much cooler. It's like... I don't want to say anyone can build a model like they look on the box. That takes a lot of skill and know-how. Except to build things crazy and unique and one of a kind, or even if you're just trying to build a replica of something from a movie, that takes real creativity, more of an artist touch. Except I don't really like to call myself an artist. I feel like that's more of a term that other people should give you. And this one was chassis was a 67 Dodge Charger from a diecast. It's It's even got a wired engine that came with it. But the Cadillac body is a one of those models that would hop up and down. And had no interior, just flat black windows. For the longest time it was a demolition derby model I had. Finally put it into the post-apocalyptic fleet. Got a simple El Camino. You know, every now and then I like replacing the roof with something a bit more extreme. Huge ass exhaust stacks. And pretty sloppy, quick weathering. Not the biggest engine, but I tried to make it look like there was various plumbing and wires and just random little touches. And a few other things. Normally I try to rehearse a little bit, but I just screw it up over and over again. I'm just like, alright, I'm just going to film it and go. I'm not going to have long before my sister and her kids get back, or my retired parents start stomping around. Got a AMT 70 Impala with the a Jeep Honcho from Revell's chassis under it. That's what I'm talking about. I can't explain the history of one model without talking about 4 or 5 others. Got the light bar from a monster truck, steering wheel from a Ford Galaxy. And I kind of made this one look more like a much faster car for going off-road. So stripped down some of the body for lightness. And didn't really make that one for staying out in, the wasteland for long periods of time. That'd be something that would be part of a colony or a base, used as like a utility vehicle for patrolling around their territory. And this was a big international tow truck. Then got the die-cast body or cab from a company that makes like model off-road trucks, and various parts from truck kits. Did a simple engine modification. Went for a huge turbo, dual air cleaners. Looks like something from the web show Roadkill. The interior on this one, I got, pretty into it. Got these straps from work that they use to stop furniture from moving around in trucks. And I figured, hell yeah, man, that's perfect. Slap a bit of hot glue on there. That's one thing I noticed. It's not really the best to use the CA glue on a fabric or even glass or chrome, because it like fogs it up and makes it all crunchy. So I guess that's what I could do if I decide to do any like how-to videos, and because I've been doing this for, God, I don't know, not more than 10 years for sure. And then I could always talk about different random wrecks. If you ever get a kit that's like defective, or like out of a parts bucket at a little hobby shop, or just an old kit, you can always make it into just a rusted Hulk. I really like working with die-cast actually, because they're just some of them are actually pretty cheap, 10 to 15 bucks. And especially if you're going to do something where you take the doors off, you don't have to like model jams because they're already there. And then you always get the opening doors, sometimes opening tailgates. See, I got a die-cast. Did a little blowtorch work on that one. Simple die-cast, went for tried to make the glass look more realistic, bits of the weather stripping hanging down. Like even this one was just a it was just a NASCAR truck or a Craftsman truck series. It was just the body of it. Even the whole bed is just scrap styrene that I had. And this is actually the Buick National that the front of that other car came from. So got this one's plastic, die-cast. All three of these are actually die-cast as well. Well, I think that'll just about do it for this week. Or not even this week. Who knows when I'll do another video. I need to really get off my ass and show a little dedication, I guess. But once, you know, it quiets down and I get more comfortable talking into a camera, I think it'll be okay. One thing, though, I want to mention is different types of glue. A few people I know use just that tester's glue. Man, I can't stand that stuff. Parts, like that thing just doesn't hold parts for anything. The glue I use is Instacure, which is just a CA glue. I'll have to do a video on it sometime, but that shit's pretty tough. Again, I got this die-cast model, little rear view mirror for checking to make sure there's no guys on your roof. You would imagine there's no way in hell that I could support this whole model with that. There you go. That's another thing with my models. I do not build them to come apart. I can't stand that shit. So even these things, you know, it's usually the plastic that breaks apart. Plus, you know, I can roll them around. It don't matter all that much. I know some model makers would be going crazy right now. Like, holy shit. Oh, and even just making them dirty, you know, I'm literally just handfuls of dirt. A little crude maybe, and oh, dirty as hell, but pretty quick. So, you know, let me know if you'd like to see more, or maybe what you'd want to see more of. Maybe how I weather, how I do these backgrounds. And I've definitely purchased my fair share of these models, so I'm actually getting pretty good at you know, explaining the difference between some of them. Well, guess that'll do it. Have a good day.